Hello, and today we're going to make a tri-fringed medicine bag. This is now the third video on medicine bags. I've had a lot of requests to do another medicine bag. But yeah, so the tri-fringe is not much different than the single fringed one. It's just you're adding two more fringes on the side. So of course, you gotta cut your leather. You can check out my other two videos on how to cut the leather. I'm not going to do the lace on top today. You can check out the other videos how you punch the four holes through both of them, so it's actually 8 holes, and how you thread it. So you start with your pre-cuts. Put them out. You'll need your 2 to start with. However, on your fringe, you don't want the fringe to go all the way up to the top like I did this one. It will really mix you up when you try to thread the lace through the top. This one I can still do, but it'll be a little more difficult. So with this particular leather, it's a split leather, moose split. Your thinner your hide, the better when you're trying to do a 3 fringe. So yeah, to get started, you just remember everything you're doing is inside out. So we'll start with the side fringe here first. We got a windstorm coming up now. Alright. So we're going to go up the side now. Edges. Don't quite put it all the way to the bottom, that way your leather can line up to the bottom. There. And you punch your holes. I always like to just do one and put a thread through. Of course, you need your sinew and needles. Sinew and the needles. That's just to hold it while you get a few more punches in. Now they have a few holes. This is a sewing punch. Many people have asked what kind of punch I get these from Tandy Leather. If you don't have one of these, you could use a nail and a piece of wood. It'd be a lot longer, but you gotta work with whatever you got. It's a little more difficult doing the 3 leather, but there we go. You don't even really have to punch any of this leather if you have a sewing needle, but you will need pliers to pull the needle through. That's why I pre-punch my holes. It just makes it life a little easier. There you go, reverse. So now you're turning this into a saddle stitch. Once you do this type of stitch, if anybody can ever pull it apart with this type of stitch in it, they are amazing. This is one of the strongest stitches out there, and with sinew on top of that, this artificial sinew. This is pretty hard stuff to break to begin with. I think the leather would rip before the stitch would. Like that. Now this fringe, just kind of roll up out of the way on the inside there, or fold up. It's your choice. Since you're just doing the bottom, a little fold like that would be fine. Now you can line that up, lay this over. Where you got to make sure it's all lined up, all the leather ends. Sometimes I use I forget what they're called, office clips. So now we'll get a few holes in here. we go. Hope that was all on camera. I did tell everybody I'd try to work harder on centering. This is a chest cam that I wear, so sometimes in the actual little monitor things under my, you should have been able to see that, underneath my chin, so I really have to look down to see if I'm within frame. I just kind of go by my grid here, try to stay in frame. There we go. Water. Okay, so that is now your bottom fringe now. So you gotta fold that out of the way now. And notice that it's a little bit wide, so just trim that off. Now if this is out of the way, then you fold this one out of the way. This is where it gets more difficult. Then you put this one in. And as you can see, the tri fringe is a bit of work. I guess with a sewing machine it wouldn't be a big deal. You just run that down and it'd be done. But this is hand sewn. constantly adjust all these. You just reverse. You have to excuse the pain I've noticed on my hands. I didn't clean up that well after my painting. Now very soon you're going to see why I said use the thinnest leather as possible if you're making a tri-fringed one. just tie it off. Cut. Use your lighter. Now you gotta turn this inside out. There you go. You just cut your fringe. Cut your fringes. That'll dangle down. And you got your tri-fringed medicine bag. Put your 8 holes on top. You're done. So, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy.